growing up, I never thought I would be at USC. You know, just stadium, I just see it all the time, but I never thought I would be here. So, you know, just now being a vet or a leader on the team, now it's actually crazy. I never would have thought.
It's fairly common to hear of guys switching positions when they get to college, but to go from high school quarterback to third-team freshman All-American as a defensive back in less than a year, that's something you don't see too often. On this episode of Gamecock Talk, hear how DQ Smith is looking to turn his standout freshman season into something even greater. All right, DQ, so I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us for a little bit today.
Definitely.
So let's talk about your background a little bit to start. And so you went from starting quarterback in high school to within 1 year, third-team All-American, defensive play. Like, how did that happen? You go from quarterback to now starting safety in the SEC.
You know, just hard work, determination for me. My dad told me about, just if I work hard enough, and, Coach Beamer, he lives on something with hard work will make room for us. So, just coming in, doing everything right, just doing the things consistently over and over and over, that's how it happened for me, and I was able to do it.
What about the process from playing quarterback to safety? Did you know in high school, okay, I'm probably going to switch positions, I'm just doing this right now because I'm good at it, or did you want to play quarterback?
It was kind of after the season thought. While I was in high school playing quarterback, my thought was to play quarterback in college. So, but things changed, and as I finished up, wrapped up my high school career, I just opened up my mind a little more, gave things a second chance, and, I took a risk, and, it worked out for me.
Out of the gun. Got to go down the field, into coverage and picked off at the 45. Running back towards the near sideline and diving down around the 29. That is DQ Smith. DQ.
When did the switch to defensive back officially happen? Was it before you stepped on campus? Did you know that was happening as you were getting recruited?
Yeah, Coach Grant, Coach White actually offered me to play defensive back. So, I already knew what I was coming here to play. And I started working on it like last January. So, coming here, just being prepared, knowing everything that can come my way. So, I was ready for it, definitely.
And then starting, I think, 11 games as a freshman, how did you work your way up the depth chart, or at least how do you think you did that?
I'd say just studying plays, being in the right spots all the time, doing what coaches want me to do, being physical as well. When I was in high school, I was always a physical player, so I think that's what they saw in me to make me play defensive back. So, I'm just doing the ordinary things over and over again, just continue to develop and get better and use my older guys to help me.
What do you think, or what did you think at the time you were going to miss most about playing quarterback and then switching over to defense?
Honestly, I don't miss quarterback at all. I don't miss it at all. Sometimes I throw the ball, say I miss it, but I really don't miss quarterback at all.
Scoring touchdowns?
I miss that part. But as far as just being quarterback, knowing all the plays, doing everybody and knowing all the routes and things, I kind of don't miss it. Yeah.
But if I had told you in your first ever collegiate game you were going to score a touchdown playing defense and special teams, what would you have said?
I would have never believed that. I would have tried not to believe it, but, it would have been like an unbelievable thing. It happened, so, it was unbelievable, man.
He's going to step up, have his heels on his own 18-yard line. Josh Vann back at his 20. Hayes straight down the middle, and it's blocked. Carolina blocked the punt and picked up at the 25. Stepping inside the 20 and at the 15, got a blocker ahead of him. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. 26 yards out.
Take me through that, and you're playing in your first ever college game. You make a huge play on special teams, and it was a pivotal point. We were down in the second half at one point in that game.
Correct.
I think we were up by about 6 or so at the time. I think it was 2014. And then that block happened, you scoop it, score. Walk me through that whole play.
It was a call. Coach Limbo was saying we was going to get one. So, I didn't know it was going to come that early. So, when it finally came, the ball was just on the ground. I was like, wow, like, it's right here. Like, this is my opportunity. So I picked it up. I had to remember how to run the ball a little bit because, I ain't running it so long. So, just doing that, going through that process, it was unbelievable with the crowd and everything, all the high energy we got from that. So, I definitely feel like I was part of the game.
You feel like that kind of put your name out there to Carolina fans, like, oh, okay, that's that DQ guy. Now I want to see him on defense.
Definitely. That did spark a lot of things for me.
DJ Twitty, that's DQ Smith with the return on the play, I believe. The block punt and the pickup. And Carolina gets the score from a special teams play.
So what about replacing this year now, two NFL caliber, maybe a couple more than two NFL caliber defensive backs. Now you've got to step up and play an even bigger role. You played a big role as a freshman. Now it's got to be even bigger.
Yeah, Coach Gray talks highly about that, just being a leader now in the room, defensive back room. We were very young in the secondary when it comes to safeties and nickel spots. So, just stepping up, doing more than I did last year since we lost those two guys on the outside in Cam and Rush. So, just being a leader, being a more vocal leader, I would say, just continue to develop.
So you were a fairly vocal leader last year. I've heard from your teammates and everybody else. So how did that start as such a young guy, especially? You were only a freshman then.
I would say it starts with Coach Gray. He always tells us to communicate. So, just with me communicating, I started off as a safety and ended up playing nickel the whole year. So I knew kind of what expect other plays from what everybody was doing in the secondary. So, if somebody didn't know something, I'd tell them. So, it just came with multiple reps, just doing the things over and over again. So, just having that experience from practice, just going over the same things over and over, I knew what everyone was doing.
What do you think about USC being DBU?
I think it is. If you look at all the DBs that came from it, and then DBs that's here now, I think we are DBU. I believe it.
Does that give you any pressure? Does it make your job easier knowing that there is a path from here, even just as recently as a few months ago, straight to the NFL to play defensive back?
No pressure. That's all I'm saying. No pressure at all. I feel like, we keep doing our thing, getting multiple reps at things, just doing things over and over again. It puts us in the right spot to make plays, so it's no pressure at all.
Well, we talked about people who come before you and how that path has been lit, but let's talk about the DB room now. Tell me a little bit about y'all's room.
My room is very young, so, we're still learning. We're learning a lot of things, We don't really have the older guy in the room to, be that veteran in the group. So, with me having experience and, Nick and Ward having that experience, we all, I would say we're the veterans in the room now, and we're just young guys. So, we're very young, though. What's
it like being the young veterans, as you're saying, from right here, right down the road? You went to Spring Valley. What's that like?
It's crazy to think about because, growing up, I never thought I would be at USC. Just stadium, I just see it all the time, but I never thought I would be here. So, just now being a vet or a leader on the team now, it's actually crazy. I never would have thought.
So you never would have thought that because you didn't think you'd be able to achieve that, or because you didn't want to come to USC, or what was it?
I never thought I would come to USC. I don't know, and then playing defensive back on top of that, So I was always like an offensive guy coming up. So, I never, I just never would have thought it,
Once you started getting recruited and that whole process started, was it always USC once you knew that was an option, or did you kind of have to figure that out?
I kind of had to figure it out. When I first started getting my offers, USC was my third offer, and they offered me a defensive back, And when they offered me and told me DB, I just swiped them under the rug kind of thing. So I was like, nah, I'm not playing defensive back in college. There's no way. But as the season ended, how things were looking, I was definitely opening my mind, becoming more open-minded. I gave it a shot, and I text Coach Gray. I was like, hey, I'm ready to do this. And he was like, okay, let's do it.
So tell me about Coach Gray now that you've been here for a little over a year. What's he like?
Coach Gray is a very straightforward guy. He's all about his details. So, he just wants guys on the field that he can trust. So, when he can trust you, he'll definitely play you. And I think I gained that trust from him. So, he's a very vocal guy. So, he's going to get his point across and make sure we're doing the right things over and over again. So, I would say, yeah, he's a very straightforward guy. I'm going to say that.
We did a Gamecocks film room with him recently that we just let out, and he's a big X's and O's guy, like a lot of football coaches are. But then I see him in the background of some of the clips going crazy after an interception and stuff. Does he always bring that energy?
Yeah, that's Coach Gray every day of the week. We make good plays. He's celebrating with us. But if we mess up, he's going to be there to correct them. He might be on us, but he's all about us seeing us succeed and doing the right thing.
Does he ever talk about his past and his time playing ball and how that could help you guys?
He's definitely told us about some things, but he doesn't really go back and talk about his days. He's all about us, what we can do in the future, and how we can help the team. So he's not I would say him guy. He's all about us.
Big year last year, especially for you just coming out as a freshman, but now for the team, how do we make that next step?
Yeah, the next step is just becoming a closer team. Last year we were a close team, but this year we can become a closer team. You can see towards the end of the year we became closer. The chemistry was getting there. So just picking up where we left off. Continuing to build and not I would say go down from there, but just just chemistry, getting the younger guys to rise up to that level because we are a young team this year. So, just rising up to that level, having that communication there, veterans, really teaching everybody everything. But chemistry is the main part.
So you said you weren't a huge individual guy, but if you could give me like 1 or 2 plays that really stand out that were like big for you last year in terms of like, man, this I can't believe I'm doing this right now.
It was definitely my first touchdown on special teams, and then I would say my last game, my freshman year in the bowl game when I got the pick 6. So my 2 touchdowns were moments like, wow, like I'm used to doing this from high school, but I'm doing it on a collegiate level now. So it's like, it's crazy. Like all the fans are here. So, it's definitely an unbelievable experience.
He's in the pocket, stepping back, looking down the middle. It's batted and picked off and headed back across the 40, the 30. It's DQ Smith. DQ inside the 10-yard line, and touchdown Carolina. Touchdown DQ Smith from 47 yards out.
What about off the field? What does DQ like to do in his spare time?
Ooh, I like bowling. Bowling, and I like to swim a lot. So, me and my dad get very competitive in bowling. So, when we bowl, we always, talking trash and stuff, try to get the best out of each other. And then swimming, I'm not a big swimming guy, but I just like to swim like on free time.
What are the numbers like in bowling? Are they impressive, or are you scratching out 100?
They'd be like 190.
190?
Almost 200, yeah. So
that's not bad.
That's on a good day. On a bad day, it's probably like 150. I get 150 easy.
That's not bad. 150 for a lot of people is probably a good day, right?
Yeah, that's a great day for a lot of people.
So is your dad in like the 210, 220s? He's still beating you?
No, I beat my dad now. He'd be lucky if he touched 150 now. But he'll still talk even though he know I'm gonna win. So I don't know where that comes from, man.
That's cool. I like it. Tell me something that fans maybe don't know about you. You're still kind of new here, right? Mm-hmm. So only been here a little over a year. So what's something that fans will be like, oh, I didn't know that about DQ?
I would say I'm a team guy. I don't really care about the stats or nothing. I just want to win. And a lot of people probably wouldn't think that. I don't know why, but I'm a team guy. Like I like to see my teammates succeed. No matter where it's at. Just and a big family guy as well. Like I like spending time with a lot of my family. On my off days, I'm with family a lot. So just doing things with other people and the people I love and most care about.
You mentioned trash talking to your dad in bowling. We kind of lost a couple trash talkers over the NFL recently. Are you going to be able to fill that void?
I think I am. But I like to talk a lot. When I talk a lot, it brings a lot of confidence to me to back my game up. So just talking, that's part of the game to me. Just doing it, and I know I'm confident in my ability and what I can do on the field.
Some people think it's just for fun, or it's more of an arrogance thing. But really, it does get into the opposing player's head a lot of times too.
Definitely, I learned that from Cam last year. We used to trash talk each other doing one-on-ones. He'll tell me he'll stop somebody and I won't. So it used to get under me a little bit when I first came in. So that's where I learned it from.
And I guess he proved you got to back it up too, huh?
You definitely got to back it up. Definitely.